So, përshëndetje të gjithëve, you are watching Learn Albanian Online, and currently I'm organizing these free online lessons once a month, normally on the last Sunday of the month at 5 p.m. Albania time. In case if you don't want to miss the future lessons, you can subscribe me on YouTube, or you can check out my website learnalbanianonline.net. So we will start with the introduction. Do të fillojmë me prezantimin e vetes. Këtu kemi Tifanin. Përshëndetje Tifani.
Përshëndetje të gjithëve. Unë jam Tifani. Unë jam franceze, unë jetoj në Francë dhe mësoj shqip sepse jam e martuar me një shqiptar këtu në Francë.
Shumë mirë. Dhe sa vite ke që mëson shqip?
Kam pak turp se unë e mësoj për disa vite, por nuk e flas mirë, prandaj.
Okej, ke disa vite që mëson shqipen dhe ke shkuar disa herë në Shqipëri apo jo?
Po, shumë herë. Unë kam shkuar atje një herë çdo vit për ndoshta 5
vite? Okej. Për vite të shkon një herë në vit në Shqipëri. Okej, shumë mirë. Në rregull, këtu kemi Lenson. Përshëndetje Lenson, nga je dhe pse do të mësosh shqip?
Përshëndetje, quhem Lenson, unë jam nga Tajvani.
Nga Tajvani, a?
Dua të mësoj shqip sepse më pëlqen Shqipëria i dua të udhtoj në Shqipëri.
Në Shqipëri, okay. Dhe sa vite ke që mëson shqip? Për sa vite mëson shqip? Ni听到了吗？你今年学习阿尔巴尼亚语？
Po.
Sa vite? 3 vite? 4 vite?
4 vite.
4 vite, okay, mirë. Torben Kraus, përshëndetje.
Përshëndetje.
Mund të prezantohesh?
Mund të prezantohem, po, unë jam Thomas, Torben, jetoj në Gjermani. Unë jam Gjerman dhe kam mësuar shqip para 7 vitesh mendoj, por atëherë kam përfunduar të mësoj shqip dhe tash prap në vitin e kaluar prap kam filluar.
Okej, So, në shqip ti mund të thuash që kam mësuar shqip me ndërprerje.
Me ndërprerje, po.
Po, kam filluar, pastaj e kam lënë, or kam mbaruar, pastaj kam filluar përsëri. Kjo është mësoj me ndërprerje. Ose me shkëputje. So, with interruption, me shkëputje. Okej, mirë. Dhe sa vite ke që mëson shqip?
Tash, herën e fundit që kam filluar ishte në vitin e kaluar.
Vitin e kaluar, okej.
Për herën të parë, para 10 vitesh mendoj që kam atëherë kur kam jetuar në Maqedoni.
Kuptoj, në rregull. Okej, shumë mirë. Elizabeth, më dëgjon? Punon mikrofoni? Akoma jo, okej. Erdin, përshëndetje.
Përshëndetje.
Po.
Unë jam Erdin, jam nga Maqedonia e Veriut dhe unë sot jam vetëm mysafir, nuk e mësoj gjuhën shqipe për shkak se jam shqipe është gjuha ime e parë.
Okej, në rregull, mirë se erdhe. Okej, Elizabeta, në rregull. Okej, s'ka problem. Elizabeta do të dërgoj mesazhe në chat ose pyetje. So I will start screen sharing for those who cannot see the screen. 1 second. Okay, so it should be working now. So if you're watching from YouTube, please check out the previous lesson we did about the past simple tense because it's related to this one that we'll do today. If you haven't watched it, then that's fine. But if you are watching from YouTube, check out that one first. This is the last lesson about the past simple tense. We covered the other types of verbs in the previous lessons. Today we'll talk about the irregular verbs, so the past simple of irregular verbs and of reflexive verbs as well. We will be mentioning once again some adverbs of time, some time expressions that we use with the past simple tense. And then we'll do some exercises as well. Keep in mind that Albanian language has several past tenses. I can count at least 5 or 6, but not all of them are used. They have differences. They are different from each other. And the past simple tense, the one we are learning today, is the most used one. The past simple tense is used with these time expressions that we have here on the slide. We will go through them once again. So for an action that the time is known, you either know it from the context or you say it for a past action that started in the past and then finished. It's not related with the present, then it would be another type of past. It's not an action that started in the past and then continued for a long time. That would be another type of past again. So today we'll cover only the past simple. What is a verb? We have covered this several times. The time expressions. So we use the past simple with tani, with now. Tani sapo, I just, for example. Tani sapo philoi mësimi. The lesson just started. Tani sapo, so using the past simple tense. We use the past simple also with sot, dje, pardje, tjetër pardje, so this with these past expressions. Today I sot fillova, mbarova, shkova, lexova. The same with dje, pardje. We learned the past simple of bëj last time. So çfarë bëre dje? What did you do yesterday? Çfarë bëre në mëngjes? Çfarë bëre në mbrëmje? Etc. So in the morning, në mëngjes, në mbrëmje, në pasdite, në mbrëm, you can use the past simple as well. With time, në orën 5, në orën 6, so mësimi filloi në orën 5. Filloi with e, past simple tense. We use past simple also with these other time expressions. Last week, several ways to say it. You can say javën e kaluar, javën që shkoi, javën që kaloi. So these shkoi, kaloi, they are verbs by themselves. They are verbs in the third person singular, past simple as well. Un shkova, ti shkove, ai shkoi. Un kalova, ti kalove, ai kaloi. So javën e kaluar, javën që shkoi, last week. Tiffany, ku shkove javën e kaluar?
Javën e kaluar, shkova në Freiburg.
Në Freiburg, shumë mirë. Javën e kaluar shkova në Freiburg. Çfarë bëre në Freiburg?
Unë vizitova qytetin.
E Freiburgut, shumë mirë. Vizitova qytetin e Freiburgut, korrekt. Tobias, çfarë bëre dje në mëngjes? Çfarë bëre dje në mëngjes? Elizabeth, çfarë bëre sot? Mund ta shkruash në chat përgjigjen. Mirë. Muajin e kaluar, the same for last month, vitin e kaluar, last year, etc. Të hënën e kaluar, last Monday, të martën e kaluar, marsin e kaluar, një javë më parë, 1 week ago, or para një jave. Një muaj më parë.
I have a short question. You just said it's not really related to the topic, but you just said the sentence vizitova qytetin e Freiburgut or something simple.
Yes.
Why not e vizitova qytetin e Freiburgut?
So let me write the sentence. Both are correct. Vizitova qytetin e Freiburgut. Now, in Albanian, sometimes it's up to you. Sometimes we like to stress twice the same thing, twice the object. So, un vizitova qytetin e Freiburgut, this is not stressed. You stress it by putting e. E means it or him.
But this is optional. You don't have to.
It is optional. You use it only if you want to really specify it. Yes. Okay. It is the accusative. It, him, or her.
Yes, yes, I know. But I don't know when you use it and when not. Okay.
So as I said, it's optional. You only use it to specify it. Here's another example. Un di, I know. Un edi, I know it. Or a much simpler example. Si e ke emrin. So how do you have it, the name? We like to specify the same thing twice. Okay, especially so naming is accusative, also citating. With accusative goes the weak form of the pronoun e, it, him or her. Mirë, një javë më parë, para një jave, let's see what Elizabeth wrote. Përgatita një gjell dhe bëra punët e shtëpisë. Let me correct it. Punët e shtëpisë. Mirë, or bëra punë shtëpie, ablativ. Punë shtëpie ose punët e shtëpisë. Mirë, so again, we have several types of past. This is past simple tense and we use it with these time expressions, or when the time is understood or known from the context. It's used for an action that started and finished in the past. It has nothing to do with the present. Okay, again, very important, check out the previous lesson we had about the past simple tense, because reflexive verbs are related also with the active verbs. The root is the same for both of them. Let's conjugate bëj first in the past simple, and then we'll check out bëhem, the reflexive form. So if you remember it from the last lesson, is unë bëra, I did. Unë bëra, ti bëre, I bëri. This is past simple of active verb. You bët, ata ato bën. Now, what is the reflexive? Only the third person will be, I put it in green, only the third person will be different, the rest exactly the same like the past simple. That's one thing. And the other thing, in the past simple, every reflexive verb takes an u in front. So for all the persons. What a reflexive verb is, I think you know it already, are all the verbs that end in M, reflexive verbs, where the action falls in the person who does the action. Not an active one, like I made breakfast. Not like that. That would be an active one. So I became un u bëra. Ti u bëre. So we said the third person changes. We'll conjugate it in a bit. Ne u bëm. You u bët. And ata ato u bën. So first and the second person singular does not change. Plural does not change. This is the same for all the other verbs as well. Only the third person will change. The third person is irregular, so you need to learn it by heart. Unë bëra, ti u bëre, ai, ajo, u bë. So I became, you became, he, she became is the translation. Ai, ajo, u bë. The third person will be different. That's the one you should learn it by heart. The rest, if you know the past simple of the active verb, all you have to do is put an u in front of it. And the third person then will be different, like we said. So let's make some examples. So the verb we are conjugating is bëhem, right? To become, not bëj. Bëhem. Let me write some here. If you have some examples, you can just read them out to me. So we conjugated first bëj, then bëhem. So bëj was bëra and bëhem was u bëra. U has no translation by itself. It's just a linking article, linking word that all reflexive verbs take in the past simple. So bëhem von is an expression. Bëhem von, to be late. Bë-o von. Bëhem gati is another one, to be ready. So I got ready. U bëra gati. Did you get ready? A u bëre gati? U bëre gati? Po, u bëra gati. Not a bëre gati. That means, did you make something ready? Right? So that u is very, very important. That makes a difference. In the meaning, yes, and the conjugation as well. So like a short dialogue. U bëre gati? Po, u bëra gati. U bëre von. You got late. U bëre von. Like this. U bë von, or u bë dark. That means it got dinner time. So it's getting dark. It's dinner time. U bë dark. U bë von. Any questions? Keni ndonjë pyetje? No. Antonio? Gostu? I don't know how to read that. Antonio, përshëndetje. Hello? Would you like to introduce yourself? Do you speak English, Albanian, Shqip, French? We have a French one here. Antonio, I cannot hear you. You can type the introduction in the chat box. Okay, let's continue. So, ubevon, ubedark, etc. The third person will change, takes u in front. All of them take u. Let's conjugate another one, slide number 5. Let's conjugate the verb ulem. Let me write it on top. Ulem is to sit down. What is the active form of ulem is ul, to put something down. Ul. That's the active. And ulem, the reflexive. So I put something down, we say ula, ti ule, I uli, ne ule, mi ule, tata ulen. That's the active form. And the reflexive, Tiffany, can you guess? The third person, I mean, is just guessing, is just learning by heart, but the other persons you can already. On?
Ula?
Ula, yes, I sat down. So ule means to sit down, and ul means to put something down. Un ula ti?
Ule.
Ule, let's go to the plural, ne?
Ulem. Ulem.
Ulem, you?
Ulet.
You
Ulem.
Ulem, do you know the third person? Have you learned it from somewhere?
Don't think so.
Ul.
Okay.
Ul, yes. Ayo, ul. Here, 1 second. Let's write some sentences, some examples. I sat down on the chair. Simple sentences like that. It's easier to memorize than the conjugation. Ula na carige. So ula, I sat down. Ula na strat, on the bed. Na carige, na divan, somewhere. Ule, where did you sit down? Three u's there. Kule. It sounds like a long u. Kule. Where did you sit down? Kule. Ula në fund. I sat down at the end of, I don't know, the cinema somewhere. Ula në fund. Ku ule. Okay, keni pyetje për momentin? Any questions so far? Antonio, të dëgjoj, po. Përshëndetje.
Mirë, përshëndetje, quhem Antonio, jam nga Italia. Edhe po s'di ç'a më thon, ama
përse dëshiron të mësosh shqip?
Atëherë unë shqipen e kam mësuar që prej 2 vitesh, isha studenti juaj 2 vjet më parë, edhe u ktheva këtu për ta parë mësimin se kisha qejf, kështu që.
Okej, shumë mirë. Mirë se erdhe.
Faleminderit.
Mirë se erdhe. Po flasim për kohën e kryer të thjeshtë. We are talking about the past simple tense.
Po, e kam parasysh.
Në rregull. Okay, do të ndaj ekranin, I'll screen share again, një sekond. Mirë. So ulem, kjo ishte folja ulem, to sit down. Ula, ule, ul. Mirë. Here's another example, një shembull tjetër. U ulën, so plural, u ulën temperaturat. Për shembull, ishte ngrohtë, ishte nxehtë, temperaturat. Tani u ulën temperaturat. The word temperature, like weather temperature, is plural in Albanian. So we say u ulën temperaturat. You can also say ul temperatura, yes, that's also correct. Ul. Here. So the first one is plural, shumës. The second one is singular, njëjës. Ul. Ul, what else? Ul avioni. So the plane landed. Ul avioni. Literally, the plane sat down. So ulem is to sit down, to lower, to land. Ul avioni. Let's see. Tobias, how do you say what time did the plane land? Lenson, how do you say what time?
Me?
Okay. Yes. Say it again.
Torben, yeah.
Sorry.
Në sa orë ul avioni?
Në çfarë ore ul avioni?
Në çfarë?
Avioni. Keep in mind sa we mostly use to indicate like quantity, like sa kushton, sa është, sa vjeçje, sa bën, sa është ora, you can say what time is it? Sa është ora. Në çfarë ore, at what time or what time? Mirë, në çfarë ore ul avioni, yes. The opposite of ul is unis, departed. Okay, so with U again, past reflexive. Let's check out another verb. We are on slide number 6. So let's check out the verb ngrihem. I'll write it here. Ngrihem. So the active form past simple ungrita, which is I lifted. So ul was to put something down, ngre is to lift. Ungritat, ingrita, ingriti, the third person, ingritem, ingritat, angriten. Antonio, what is the reflexive? Vetvetore, koha e kryere thjesht. I stood up.
Unë ungrita,
Po.
ti ungrite,
Po.
ai ungrit,
Ungrit, shumë mirë.
ne ungritëm,
Mhm.
ju ungritët, ata ungritën.
Ngritën, shumë mirë. E di çfarë do të thotë ngrihem në mësim? E di
Ngrihem
çfarë?
mësim është me shku te derrasa, apo jo?
Po, shumë mirë. Ngrihen në mësim, për shembull.
Edhe mundesh me thonë edhe zyqa me ngritin e derras, domethënë triti.
Po, për të folur për mësimin, për të diskutuar, për të shpjeguar mësimin, shumë mirë. So, ngrihem në mësim. I don't know if it's a thing in other countries. I asked several students, they said it's not really common. So in Albania, the teacher, when they enter the class, they might tell you, like, Tiffany, stand up and talk about the lesson we had yesterday. So that's ngrihem në mësim. Okay, so you can say dje or sot ungrita në mësim. You can also say ungrita para klase. You stood up, you went in front of the class to talk about the lesson. Ungrita para klase. Ungrita para drase, in front of the white blackboard to talk about the lesson. That's ngrihem në mësim. Then, of course, we have ngrihem herët, ngrihem von.
Elson, sorry to interrupt. I think the screen sharing does not work well anymore.
Okay, let me stop and start again. Merci beaucoup pour votre aide. It should work now. Is it working?
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay, yeah. I'll stop each 5 minutes then. Okay. So ngrihem në mësim, yep. Ngrihem herët, to stand up, get up, I guess, yes, to get up early, ngrihem von. Let's see. Elizabeth, so mund ta shkruash në chat. Në çfarë ore u ngrite sot? Në çfarë ore u ngrite sot në mëngjes? And let's see someone else. Lenson. How do you say, so the opposite, we said it in the previous one, ul temperatura, right? How do you say now the temperature, like increased? Yes, increased.
Great
temperature. Or in plural. We use it quite often in plural. Ungriten temperaturat. Ungriten temperaturat. So, sot ungriten temperaturat. Ose javën e kaluar. Last week. Javën e kaluar ungriten shumë temperaturat. Mirë, the temperature increased. The opposite, ulën. I'll write another example. It's a grammar we haven't learned yet. You can memorize it like you can learn it by heart at the moment. It's using the dative and the reflexive form in the past. So if you were to say my body temperature increased or decreased, you say, so the m, one second here, the m from dative, me, plus the u from reflexive, you get this one in Albanian, mu. It's like abbreviated form or a shortened form. So mungrit temperatura. That means my body temperature got high, or yes, increased. Mungrit temperatura. The opposite, muul temperatura. Okay. Mirë. So that's ngrihem, to get up. It also means to stand up, ngrihem. And ngre, the active form, is to lift something from the ground, ngre. A keni pyetje për momentin? Any questions for the moment? Sot u ngrita në orën 8. Shumë mirë, u ngrita në orën 8. Në rregull, let's continue. Do të vazhdojmë me slajdin tjetër. Slajdi numër 7. Këtu kemi foljen takoj dhe takohem. Lenson, can you try and conjugate it?
Takohem.
So in the reflexive form, that's the active form in the past. Reflexive, un, u,
Utakowe.
utakowa, ti,
Utakowe.
ajajo.
Yes. Utakow.
Okay, so as I said, the third person, you need to learn it by heart. There is no way to find out. This is this is a regular verb, takoi. So for all of them, in the reflexive form, they take ua in the end. So utakua, umsua, anything else. Utakua, ne utakuam.
Nie utakułam. Ju utakułat. A tato utakułam.
Utakuat, utakuan. So quite often active verbs and reflexive verbs, when we change an active verb to reflexive, quite often they change entirely the meaning, such as mesoi, to learn something, mesohem, to get used to something, or mar, to take something, merem, to be occupied with an activity. So sometimes they change the meaning entirely, but sometimes they don't, such as takoi. Takoi, to meet someone, takohem, to meet up with someone. So the meaning still stays the same. Let's write some examples. Bram utakowa me, let's say, mi. I met up with my friends last night. Utakowa me. I met up with. And another way of saying this is bram, simply takowa, but then not me. Takowa mieć mi. We have takoi plus directly the object, so accusative, and takohem me, so with a preposition, and then so the object accusative comes after me. Takoi, directly the noun, takohem me, and then the noun. Mir utakowa. Okay, keni pyetje? Mirë, do të shkojmë në slide-in tjetër. Këtu kemi një list. Here we have a list of verbs. I have not changed all of them. I'll change them now. In the reflexive form. So let's take adhurohem. That is to be adored, or yes, to be adored by other people. Adhurohem. Antonio, can you conjugate that in the past simple?
Kohë kryer vetvetore apo normale?
In the reflexive, po, reflexive, vetvetore.
Adhurova, u adhurove, u
Mhm.
adhurua,
Po.
u adhuruam,
Mhm.
u adhuruat, u
Po.
adhuruan.
Shumë mirë. Can you point out the third person once again for others?
Yes. U adhurua.
Mirë. U adhurua. Just like u takua. Those with oi are the most regular verbs. U takua, u adhurua. Let's see. Dëgjohem, Tiffany. So to be heard, dëgjohem. Mund ta zgjedhosh. Can you conjugate that? What was your name again? Not Tobias, right? Tiffany, I cannot hear you. Your microphone
Yeah,
is...
Torben.
Torben, sorry.
Dëgjohem, yes?
Dëgjohem, po.
U dëgjova, u dëgjove, u dëgjua,
U dëgjuam,
ne.
U dëgjuam, po.
Dëgjuam, u dëgjuat, u dëgjuan.
U dëgjuan, shumë mirë, correct. Një sekond, okay. Elizabeth, tani të punon mikrofoni. Gëzohem, mund ta zgjedhosh, can you conjugate it? Gëzohem, Elizabeth? U
gëzova.
U gëzova, shumë mirë.
U gëzove, u gëzua, u gëzoven, u gëzuan, u gëzuhet, u gëzuen.
Gëzuan. Let me type it out. So u gëzova, ti u gëzove. Ajo u gëzua. Ne u gëzuan. Ju u
gëzuet.
Gëzuat.
Gëzuat. U gëzuan.
Yes. So they were pleased, they were happy, satisfied. U gëzova. Do të shkruaj një shembull. Let me write an example. U gëzova Kur mora vesh lajmin e mirë. So marr vesh, to find out, to learn about. I was very happy, satisfied, pleased when I found out, when I learned about the good news. U gëzova kur mora vesh lajmin e mirë. So u gëzova. Mirë. Let's conjugate some more. Keq kuptohem. Keq kuptohem. So to be misunderstood. Lenson. So un u keq kuptova.
Ti u keq kuptove.
Shumë mirë.
Ai ajo u keq kuptua.
Shumë mirë. U keq kuptua. Aha.
Ne u keq kuptuam.
Tuam, u gëzuam, u keq kuptuam, po.
Ju u keq kuptuat.
Po.
Ata ato u keq kuptua.
How do you say they were misunderstood because they don't speak Albanian well?
Okay. Ata u keq kuptuan sepse nuk mirë flas.
Flasin, you can also put it in imperfect tense, yes. Flisin, shqip. Mirë. So they were misunderstood because they don't speak Albanian well, or using also the imperfect tense. Koha e pa kryer, sepse nuk flisnin shqip mirë. So at that time, when they were misunderstood, they didn't speak Albanian well. Okay, u keq kuptuan. You can say, sorry, we got misunderstood. So you can say, më fal, u keq kuptuan. U keq kuptuan. When there is a misunderstanding. Më fal, u keq kuptuan. Sorry, we misunderstood each other. Okay. The same for all the rest. So çlirohem, to be set free, or yes, çlirohem, u çlirua. Dashurohem, to fall in love. So u dashurua me shikimin e parë. He fell in love with the first sight, I guess you say in English. Help, Elizabeth. Dëgjohem.
At first sight.
First sight, okay. Not first look or first whatever. Okay. Dëgjohem, to be heard. Yes. U dëgjua. U dëgjuam. Dhunohem, to be violated or to get violated. U dhunua. Gabohem, to be mistaken. Gëzohem, we said. Harrohem, to be forgotten. Ai u harrua, he was forgotten. Ose u harruam. U harruam fare. This is a very typical expression. You haven't seen your friend in a long time. You meet them. Oh, see you. U harruam fare. We were forgotten. We got forgotten. Like we forgot each other. U harruam fare. That u is extremely important. If you forget it, the meaning is either doesn't make sense or it means something else. U keq kuptuam. U kuptuam, we understood each other. U kuptuam shumë mirë. U mbuluam, we covered. U mësuam, we got used to it. So u mësuam me kohën e keqe. U mësuam me kulturën në Shqipëri. U mësuam whatever. We got used to. U pastrova, so I got cleaned. U peshova, I weighed myself. U përmirësova, I improved. U përkeqësova, I got worsened. U pranova, I got accepted. U pranova në universitet. U pranova nga shoqëria, to be accepted by the society. U gëzuan që u njohën. Kënga u dëgjua. What is anemban? E di çfarë është Antonio? E di çfarë është anemban?
Yes. Gjithkund.
Gjithkund, kudo.
Ju thënë kudo.
Aha. Shumë mirë.
Në çdo anë.
Në çdo anë, kudo, everywhere or anywhere, in every place. So all these verbs here follow the same conjugation. Past simple tense, reflexive verbs, they follow the same conjugation. Are there any sentences you want to present to me? Okay, let's go to the next one. If there are any, just let me know. Slide number 9. Oh, here we have another list. So fshihem. Fshihem, to clean yourself, just like pastrohem earlier, more like not to sweep yourself, you don't say that, but again to clean yourself, that's fshihem. Ndahem, to get separated. Undava. Ulava, I took a shower. Ungrita, we mentioned it earlier. U ktheva nga puna. Në çfarë, Tiffany, kur u ktheve nga Freiburgu?
Un u ktheva të hënën.
E kaluar, apo jo?
Po.
Ose të hënën. Po, it's understood. So kur u ktheva të hënën e kaluar. Mirë. U ktheve me makinë?
Jo, un u ktheva me trenin.
Me tren. Aha. Me tren. I returned by train. Mirë, so kthehem. Përgatitem. U përgatita. I prepared myself. Yes, u përgatita për provim. For an exam. Për test. Për provim. U përgatita për mësim. For the lesson. U përgatita për punë. Yes, u bëra gati për punë. U përgatita për punë. Urehem, to be hated. Ureva. Zgënjehem, u zgënjeva. Yes, I got disappointed. You can say u zgënjeva, u zgënjeva. What is the third person? That's a bit funny now. So let's conjugate it first in the active form. Un, to disappoint someone. Un zgënjeva. Ti zgënjeve. Ai, ajo. I'm misspelling it. Sorry. Zgënjeva. Zgënjeve. Ai, ajo. Zgënjeu. Ne zgënyem. So we have an U there. Zgënyem. Zgënyem. So what is the reflexive now, Tiffany?
Zgënyet, ato u zgënyen.
Yes, and the other ones, especially the third person, because the rest does not change.
U zgënyua? Ne.
U zgënyue.
Zgënyue, okay.
U zgënyue. Yes, he got disappointed. Ai u zgënyue nga. He got disappointed by or from someone. U zgënyue. Un gënjeva, that's to lie. If you put zh in front, that's to disappoint. Un gënjeva, ti gënjeve, ai. What did I write here? I wrote it wrong. Ai gënjeu, ai zh, one second. Zh gënjeu. Yes. Ne gënyuem, ju gënyuet, ata gënyuet. Yes. U zgënyue. So he got disappointed. Ai u zgënyue. Vihem, to start to do something. So I vihem punës, there is a very important expression. I vihem punës. U vihem mësimeve. So that I and U are the weak forms of pronouns in the dative. To it, to them. I vihem punës, to start working. So to get to work. U vihem mësimeve, lessons, it's plural. That's
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
So the difference of accusative here, you have to use the short form to stress it. So you have to say
no, this is not accusative.
No, it's dative, I know. But dative, here you have to use it.
For dative,
you have to use it.
For dative, every single time you need the weak form. Every time, no exception.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and it doesn't depend on whether the object is definite or indefinite.
It is mandatory always. It does not matter.
Okay, thank you.
Another example. I vihem një mësimi. That means, so u vihem mësimeve in plural means to start doing the lessons. U vihem mësimeve. And then I vihem një mësimi to start doing one lesson. So I will be still there, or the weak form is still there. It does not matter definite, indefinite. Okay? So mostly used it is with definite, but the weak form is not affected by it. Yeah, so dative is mandatory. I had a lesson about I did several lessons about the dative case and accusative as well, weak forms and all those. So if you want, you can check that one out as well. Mir, zihem, to find. So yes, the active form is z. So z to catch something, but zihem is to find. And the past simple is un uzura. Let me write it. So uzura, I had to find.
Can you
Uzura.
screen share again, please?
Oh yes, sorry. I guess each 5 minutes. 1 second. Cancel. Start screen sharing. Uksue, yes, Elizabeth, correct. So ksehem, yes, ksehem, per ksehet, suet, it's the same. Uksue, uperksue, uksue, yes, usue, the same one. I think I'm screen sharing now. Un uzura, ti uzure, aiaio uzu. He, she had a fight. Uzu. Uzura me, I had a fight with. Uzum, uzut, uzun. Okay. Here. Do you want me to conjugate any of these, or you understand them, or would you like to build any sentences by yourself? If you're watching from YouTube, you can leave a comment in the comment section below. I will correct it. If you want to join this lesson, you can check out the information in the description box as well. You can join there. Okay. Did I mention the verb? 1 second. No, it's not here. Okay. Merem, very important. Merem. So to do something, to be occupied with an activity. Sich beschäftigen, merem. To do something, yes. So merem, me, to be occupied with something. So you should keep in mind the past simple of mar, un mora. So un umora. Un umora, ti umore. The third person, aiaio, umor. Umorum, umorat, umoran. So umora. Umora me deturat est pis. So I did my homework, or I was occupied with my homework. Umora me deturat est pis. Umora me punat est pis. I did the chores. Mora me, but not mora me. That's very wrong then. Mora me punat est pis, that's wrong. So u is the key here, because it's reflexive verb now, not mar, to take. Okay, let's check out. There's new stream, the slide number 10. There's an exercise, very simple one. So the first one, Elizabeth. The second one, not Tobias. I'm sorry, I forgot your name again. So you know what I mean, the German one. The third one, Tiffany. The fourth one, Alejandro, was it? Antonio, sorry. And the fifth one, who do we have now here? Erdin. Okay. So, and Lenson, I'll build one more sentence for you so you can translate it. If you're ready, let me know. I can write the answer now. That, let's see. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Tell me.
Umartova, an emotion, tridietevich, tridietnjeveche.
Viece, Shumir. Umartova, an emotion treated in viece, correct. Or vieciare, you can also say vieciare. Vieciare, an emotion treated in vieciare is also correct. Umartova, I got married. So not Martova. Martova emotion, that would be wrong.
But this is the first person, yes?
What? Oh, sorry, the third person. I did not see it. Sorry. Elizabeth in the third person.
Third person, umartua, motion, tridiet.
Enya.
Viece.
Viece or vieciare, correct, Shumir. Umartua. Okay, other sentences?
Die ungriu shumheret?
Un ungrita, ti ungrite, aiaio u grit.
Grit, aha.
Grit. So again, we are practicing the third person because that's the most complicated one. That's the one you should just learn it by heart because there's no way to find it. Luckily, the regular forms, they all have the same ending, umartua, ulezua, ushikua, whatever. Ungrit, upergatit, whatever. Yes. The next ones?
Ushgënyje.
Yes, ushgënyje, correct. He got disappointed.
Kur mori vesh të vërtetën.
Ushgënyje, po. Kur mori vesh të vërtetën. So marr vesh, to find out, to learn about the truth. The next one?
Nuk e kaloi provimin edhe pse u përgatit me javë të tëra.
U përgatit me javë të tëra. Me javë të tëra do të thot?
Domethënë shumë javë me radhë.
Për shumë javë, shumë mirë. Për shumë javë me radhë. Ose u përgatit për një kohë të gjatë dhe nuk e kaloi provimin. Kaloi provimin to pass the exam. The next one?
U ktheva nga puna me makinë.
The third person. U
ktheva.
Unë u ktheva, ti u ktheve, ai ajo. Personi i tretë, veta e tretë. Jo unë, jo ti, ai ajo. Erdin, shikoje personi i tretë, veta e tretë. Unë u ktheva, ti u ktheve, ai ajo, u kthye. Right? U kthye nga puna me makinë. So duhet personi i tretë, veta e tretë. We are practicing that one more because it's the most irregular one. U kthye nga puna me makinë. Lenson, do you have a sentence by yourself?
Jo.
Let's see. Përkeqësohem. Përkeqësohem in the third person. Let me write. Javën e shkuar. Something. Yes, this one. So last week, the weather got worsened. So përkeqësoj is irregular. Mësoj, martoj, përkeqësoj. In the third person.
Javën e shkuar u përkeqësuar koha.
Koha, yes. Përkeqësua koha. Okay. U përkeqësua, I don't know, gjendja, the condition. U përkeqësua situata. U përkeqësua anything. Mirë, përkeqësua, përmirësua, the opposite. That's all I had prepared about the past simple of reflexive verbs. So koha e kryer thjesht e foljeve vetvetore. The whole key is by knowing very well the past simple of the active form. And then you put an u in front of it. And the difficult part is remembering the third person, which is irregular. It will change. Mirë, let's check out irregular verbs. And then we are done with the past simple tense. Yes, here I have put irregular verbs, slide number 11. Irregular verbs that in the past they are similar. So bie, to fall, or hundreds of other meanings for bie. Jap, to give, jam, to be, le, to leave something, someone, shoh, to see, to watch, and them, to say. In the past, they are conjugated the same way. So the same endings or suffixes. Bie is rash, so past simple, rash. I fell. Not reflexive, we have nothing to do with them anymore now. Un rash, tire, aira, I fell, you fell, he, she fell. Neram, yurat, ataran. So keep in mind how we use it in present, the same way you'll use it in the past, just conjugate the verb. Be a she, to rain, be a bore, to snow. Be a telefoni, the phone rings. Be a dera, someone is knocking at the door. Be a termet, there is an earthquake, etc. So there was an earthquake, it would be ratermet, or the door, someone knocked at the door, radera, or someone called, ratelefoni, or it rained, rashi, rabor, any of them. These are just a few of the meanings. Bia has hundreds of other ones. So that's the past simple. And yap is conjugated similar way. So check out rash for bie, dash for to give. I gave. Dash, ti dhe, I dha. Ne dham, ju dha, ta dan. So yap, for example, yap msim, to give lessons, to teach. So you can say dash msim. Dham msim, anything else. I gave. Yam is, so we are talking about the past simple tense, not the imperfect one, which is more used. In past simple it is chesh. Now here's a bit different from the other verbs. The other one that we mentioned, it was ra, re, de, da, che for both of them, not cha here. So it's a bit different. Un chesh, ti che, ne che, mi che, da chen. Then le, to leave something, it's like bie and yap. Un lash, I left. Lash, le, la, lam, lat, lan. So ku e le, where did you leave it? E lash, bi, I don't know, tu es on the table. I left it on the table. Ku e le. Where did you leave them? Ku ile. So I is for the plural accusative. Shoh, to see, un pash, ti pe, ai pa, very important verb. Pash, ni film, pash, ni documentar. Kue, where did you watch it? E pash, ni internet, etc. So pash. Them is thash. So check out the all like rhyme. Rash, dash, chesh, lash, pash, thash. Thash, ti the, ai tha. He said, ai tha, se, he said that. What did he say? Čvartha. Let me write it here. Čvartha. What did he say? I tha. He said something something. Mir. Okay, this is the first part of irregular verbs. Any questions here? Any sentences you'd like to form to say?
Probably it doesn't make sense for all the verbs to make the reflexive form, but for yap, for example, it does. So,
Yes.
mesimi uda, the lesson was given. Or
Yes, correct. So this is in English we call it what is it? I forgot it now. The indirect form. Is it indirect? Yes. So I teach the lesson was taught by. So indirect speech. We use reflexive verbs to express that. Yes, it was correct. So the lesson was taught by mesimi udanga. So yap active, yepem reflexive. Yes, the reflexive form. So mesimi udanga. Gamsuisi, etc. Mesimi uda online. The lesson was taught online. Yes. Other questions? Yeah. Let's check out the second slide with irregular verbs. These are again very regular. Kam is pata. This is again past simple, not imperfect one. Pata, ti pate, ai pati, etc. Pata nie problem. I had a problem. Vete, just like shkoi. Vete, vaita, the past simple one. That ta ending, te, ti, we have seen it in arita, arite, ariti, aritum. So the ending is not new. So vaita nështpi, vaita me makin, vaite mir, did you arrive well? Did you go well there? Vaite mir, po vaita mir. Si vaite nështpi, brum. So you can say vaita mir, or you can also say vaita me makin. Dua, the past simple is desha. So desha, ti deshe, ai deshi, ne deshem, desha nie kafe, I wanted a coffee, desha nie chai, I wanted a tea. Čvar deshe, what did you want? Čvar deshe. Then we have ha, is hungra. It sounds like hungry in English, so to be hungry. Un hungra, ti hungry, I hungry. Ne hungrum, you hunger, tata hungrum. So each one of you, čvar hungrud, sotnum jes. Čvar, you can write a sentence or you can say čvar hungrud, sotnum jes. Elizabeth, čvar hungry, sotnum jes.
Hungra një sandwich me djath dhe sup brokoli.
Sup?
Sup brokol.
Dhe një sup, okay, mirë. So hëngra një sandwich dhe një sup me brokoli. Në rregull. Antonio, çfarë hëngre sot?
Hëngra makarona me salcë.
Makarona me salcë, okay. Mirë. Ishin të mira?
Po, shumë.
Shumë mira. Lenson, çfarë hëngre sot?
Sot në mëngjes hëngra vezë.
Hëngre vezë, okay, mirë. Tiffany?
Sot në mëngjes u hëngra një tortë që kishte përgatitur nga vjera ime.
So ishte përgatitur nga. Që përgatitur nga. Okay, so hëngra një tortë, mirë. Tjetër kush është? Erdin? Çfarë hëngri sot? Okay, po e shkruan. Kush tjetër? Torben?
Unë hëngra një buk me gjem ose me marmelat, ti quhet në Shqip.
Po, reçel?
Reçel.
Marmelat. Po, hëngra buk me reçel dhe marmelat. Me reçel. Okay, so you both mirë. And does any of you know what is hadru?
To eat wood?
Yeah, that's literally, but what is the meaning? I hungry drew.
When you are in a bad situation, right?
Yes, so he got bitten.
Okay.
To get bitten, yes. To eat wood.
Besoj se ishte e hëngra, domethënë kur je në një gjendje të keqe.
No, not in the first. I mean, if you say hëngra drew in the first person, that means I was bitten by others. So others bit me. Yes. If you say hëngra.
When you say hëngra, domethënë it's when you are in a bad situation, right?
If you just say hëngra, I ate.
Yes, e hëngra.
E hëngra. Yes, that's very slang. Yes, correct. Okay. Hungry. Yes, hungry. Like he got. he is how do you say in English? He's hungry. Not he is done or something like that. He is
something like that.
Like messed up, or he is
Yes.
He got screwed. Hungry. Okay, he ate it literally. Okay, so hungry drew. That means he got beaten. Hungry drew. Mirë, ri is ndenja. Ndenji. That's from where the word ndenjse comes from, a seed, ndenjse. Sot në mëngjes hënga një banane, në rregull. So ndenja në hotel, ndenja në wherever, ndenja. Mirë, tjetra është vi, becomes erdha, very irregular. In all the tenses possible, it's actually irregular. In the moods as well. Erdha, erdhe, erdi, erdhem, erdhet, erdhen. So, erdha me makinë, erdha me bicikletë, erdhe mirë, erdhe keq, etc. So, these are the irregular verbs. And irregular, I mean they change the form entirely. Okay, that's all about the past simple. We have an exercise, slide number 13, është një ushtrim. If you're watching from YouTube, you can try to solve it first and then watch the rest of the video. Put the correct verbs formed in the simple tense. Tiffany. The first one. They are irregular verbs, all of them. So I cannot, nuk të dëgjoj? I cannot hear you.
E pe filmin?
E pe filmin, correct. Did you watch the movie? So unë pash, ti pe, ai pa. Ne pam, ju pa, ata pan. The next one, what did I mean with that sentence? Wait, the first person. Oh, yes, okay. Elizabeth? So the person is given there.
So, u thash se nuk më dëgjove.
That's grammatically correct, but why u in front?
Sorry, it's not reflexive. Thash.
Thash se nuk më dëgjove. What is u thash se nuk më dëgjove? That's correct as well, but it means something else.
It means I was told.
No, then it would be më than. What is u? Where else have we seen the u? Not only in the
when you tell them.
them, yes. So I told them. Yes, correct. Yeah, what's the meaning? Tharse nuk më dëgjove.
Let's see. I said that they can't hear me.
Okay, it means I thought you didn't hear me.
Why I thought.
Yes, that's interesting. So, Tash, you translated that as thought, as I thought here. You can say also Mendova said, that's correct, but if you, it's more like a colloquial expression. So I thought that, oh, Tash said, I thought that. You can say Mendova said as well, of course. So here it's not I said that you didn't hear me. This is oh, Tash nuk më dëgjove. Tash nuk më kuptova. I thought you didn't understand me. Here, it's a colloquial expression. And the second one means I told them that you didn't hear me. Nuk më dëgjove. I told them, Mirë. Antonio?
Arashiu, atëherë. Arashi të ju.
Të ju, shumë mirë. Të ju do të thotë aty ku je ti, aty ku jeni ju.
Yes.
Arashi të ju, po Arashi të ne. Të shikoj emrin dhe një herë. Torben.
Sapo erdhem nga puna.
Erdha, ti erdhe, ai erdhi, ne erdhëm. Sapo erdhëm nga puna. Sapo u kthyem nga puna. So we just returned. We just came back. Lenson?
Ku vajtëm
Vajtëm.
në Shqipëri. Në djem.
Ndenjem në një
bujtin.
Bujtin, yes. Bujtin is it's like a hotel you can stay. Mostly you'll find it in mountainous areas. Bujtin, like a place to stay, to sleep, to spend the night. The last one, Erdin. Okay, you can write it. Who else? Tiffany. This is another very colloquial expression as well. I cannot hear you. Nuk të dëgjoj.
Nuk më kujtohet në format e foljen.
It's not kisha.
It's me pata.
Pata.
Pati.
Un pata ti pate.
Pate.
So what does this mean? Çpate. It's very used. Çpate. Antonio?
Shall I say it in English or in Albanian?
Yes, in English for the other ones as well, please.
Okay. When you see someone that is like sad and you say, "O çpate." O çpate valla. I mean, why are you sad?
Yes, like what happened or what was
What
wrong?
happened to you?
What happened?
Çu bëmet, domethënë, po çpate. Why are you sad?
Yes. So, or someone, I don't know, starts crying out of the sudden. Çpate, what happened? Why are you like that now? Çpate. Or someone, I don't know, yells out of the sudden. Çpate or çpati in the third person. Okay, literally, what did you have? Okay. Çpate.
You can also say çake.
Çake, yes, çake as well, correct. Çake. Yes, çpate. You can add çpate. Mirë ishe. What's wrong with you? You were doing well. It's very colloquial as well. Çpate. Okay. Keni ndonjë pyetje? Any questions? That's all I had prepared for you. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
I did enjoy it, even though I've done this 1,000 times. Yes. Then, again, thank you for joining. The next lesson will be held on the 26th of February. So the last Sunday of February. I hope to see you there as well. And yeah, thank you for joining. Faleminderit.
Faleminderit.
Mirupafshim.